And welcome back here to RadioFreeRadford.com. I'm Dustin Staples here in the RFR studio. Hope you're doing well and staying dry out there. A little rain moving in our area. We'll be quickly drying out later on this evening as temperatures will fall near freezing tonight. So be on the lookout for a few potential patchy spots of some ice out there. But other than that, things are going to remain quite wet and damp out there. So just be on the lookout for that coming up for tomorrow morning and early in the hours of Tuesday. So joining me here in studio is a very, popular nationwide man now, I think, at this point. You have been hearing a lot about this going on here, so we have the man, the one and only Dylan Lepore. Dylan, welcome. You're like a big-time celebrity, aren't you?
Yeah, it's crazy. Ever since the Tartans got taken, it's been wild. They never needed to get this escalated. Yeah. But
so let's kind of talk about what kind of, by the way, it's 2 months exactly today this has happened, if you believe it or not. So kind of tell the folks out there, if they're unaware of the situation, what kind of started the ball rolling from this?
There was an unfortunate passing of a professor and a freshman at Radford University, and we covered that in our newspaper, and it was front page, both people. Mm-hmm. And that came out Wednesday the 18th, and that evening after 4:45, we discovered that the Tartan newspapers. The next day, we discovered the Tartan newspapers have been taken, and we didn't know by who or what or why or was the motive or anything about it. 1,000 Tartan newspapers were stolen, and it was crazy. And so we called RUPD. We talked to professors. We did FOIA requests. We did everything. Everything you guys can read online about it. Yeah. And we were just searching, and then 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago or something, Friday, at 5, they gave me Radford University gave me a letter after doing the 8th, Friday the 8th. Radford University gave me a letter at 5 o'clock saying that they have concluded their investigation. RUPD hasn't concluded their 7-week investigation into who stole the newspapers, and they said it was a personnel issue. That they were no longer providing any more information from it. That there was nothing else going to be covered. It was a personnel issue again. They were not even going to give us the name of who took the newspapers or why they took the newspapers, but they only said they only got the person for taking 4 newsstands. But what about the other 18 newsstands? Right. Yeah. So we're still trying to figure that out and figure out what they're going to do about the surveillance footage, not giving us the surveillance footage and deleting old surveillance footage, which I said, which we FOIA'd and told them to preserve. So it's very weird and very fishy. However, we're still trying to figure it all out.
So how has life been like for you? Because you've been, the Washington Post, many occasions, the Roanoke Times, you mentioned in the Blacksburg, Christiansburg, and these other AP news outlets. This has got to be like what is going through your mindset thinking about all this right now?
It's definitely crazy. And like I said before, it didn't need to get this far. And that's what's all crazy about this. And I've talked to other editor-in-chiefs of organizations like FIRE and reporters from SPLC, the Roanoke Times, Washington Post, and they all say that this has the most substance to it.
Yeah.
And it just, I feel like Radford is just keep digging themselves a hole. However, I never wanted it to be like this. I just tell us and we'll get this over with. This could have ended weeks ago.
Yeah, so like you said, it's still more investigation that can still going on. You were making that when the picture came out. What was going through your mind? I knew it was probably real late. You and your editors were also here working with that. What was you saying?
You mean when I was making the front page that Tuesday night?
That edition, yes.
So that would have been the 17th, Tuesday of September. Yeah, wow. Oh, wow.
2 months. I know, it's 2 months. I know.
Yeah. Again, what I said, when I used the photo, I said it was just a sweet picture of him and his daughter.
Yeah.
And there was another article that went out a couple of days ago from the Roanoke Times, and they reported on that specific photo as well, and they got the story behind that from Tibbets's wife and daughter, and Tibbets's wife told his daughter to pick out her favorite photos, and that was one of her favorite photos. And I mean, that's one of the reasons I used it. It was a great photo of Tibbets of his daughter. Yeah.
So, of course, as you're making, we got one more newspaper of the semester. Can you believe this is kind of insane? It's been going through worldwide.
There's a second issue there was a second issue that was taken. We've been dealing with this
8 weeks
for the entire semester. Yeah,
it's quite insane. So as you're making the final newspaper of the semester, what can you give us? I guess your sneak peek of what some of the things you can be talking about. Because y'all do like a tendency of a letter to the editor or something. Like that?
I have the letter from the editor, which is me. I do a letter every end of the semester, just to round up the semester or talk about what's going on, what's up with the Tartan, future plans, what happened this semester. I'm gonna definitely touch on those subjects as well, and some other things. We have other stories that are come out that we're not going to discuss yet, but then some interviews and events are going on and just stuff like that. It's not an edition that's supposed to go into the end of. The edition's not supposed to go into the end. It's just for the last remaining weeks of the semester.
Okay. Yeah. And of course, moving on to next semester, what are some changes that maybe you might be making coming up for the Tartan course? You'll be graduating about a year from now, believe it or not.
Fall 2020.
Yes, talk about how you're gearing up for that.
Somebody is going to take up my position. I do not know who. However, we're going to be definitely broadcasting that. We're going to make up some advertisements, be like, hey, you want this thing to keep on going? Yeah. We need somebody.
Yes, it may not, I don't know how dedicated the person might be, but, hope that they'll put as much as their sweat and tears in. It's what you do, it's what the whole staff does.
Yeah, and I mean, as you can see, if you put a lot of work into it, it's it's very beneficial.
Yes, it does. It goes very far in many cases. And
I mean, the just how I took and just almost basically dead newspaper. Like the website was bad. The paper had gone down significantly in quality and content. Yeah. And there was no management, no system, no form of communication. Nothing. Yeah. Everything was through emails, and it took me 2 years to get here.
Let's forget you were a freshman when you first got this position.
Yeah, I was a freshman, December 2017. I've been having this position. This would be my second year. This would be 2 whole years doing the newspaper, and then I have 1 whole year left, so it'll be 3 years running the Tartan. I have 23 newspapers left to make, and it's just insane. So I was hoping it wasn't Radford University, and because I knew if it was going to escalate this far. I knew it was going to, and I was ready for that, and I still am. And that's why we're still trying to figure this out. But again, it was Radford. It was an employee at Radford University, and so the ball's been dropped. Now I'm chasing after it. Yeah, pretty insane. But I hope the Tartan and its organization continues to grow, and I'll keep doing my best at it.
Yeah, we'll let you know how next fall after you graduate, see how the Tartan's doing. We'll keep you posted here in student media. If you could describe the semester in just 3 or 4 words, how would you say it? Just whether being school, student media, or whatever.
Wild, questionable, and hardworking.
It was, yes. A lot of hard workers go into that. Of course, our staff is always
hardworking. Well, if you have a hyphen, yeah.
Yeah, we'll hyphen it hard-working. We'll make it 4.5 words just for the sake of things. I thank you for taking the time, and here we are 2 months later and working with you, and people are looking after it and looking forward to come, I guess, in the future.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely crazy, and I'll be definitely advertising that. Hey, if you want this thing to survive, If you want the Tartan to continue being the Tartan, please somebody take it over, please.
Hey, we got Winter Club Fair coming up next month in January.
Yeah.
So
and I've been creating again the Tartan Training Center I have for my staff. And I've been creating and then we have Slack, and then I've been creating job outlines, and so everything is there. However, and more stuff needs to be added to it to make it more. I'm trying to make everything more seamless. However, I need to find somebody as soon as possible so I can train them up for a year, which would be very, very good. And then because again, they have to design the newspaper, run the newspaper, know the ins and outs of it, and so it's a lot of work to do. However, like I said, it's very rewarding.
Yes, it can be in many ways as well. But as a sophomore here at Student Media, of course, I've seen so many things, ins and outs, everything like that. And of course, I thought I was hardworking until I met Dylan, folks. I'm like, wow, this guy surpasses more than what I do now, being involved with 3 organizations, as well as a former host here at Radio Free Rap for your freshman year too. Is that correct?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, definitely. I was covering. That's where I started the Thursday afternoon games chat, which I now do, but it's over winter break and summer.
Yes, they can check that out, and we'll be sure to embed those. And more information, if they want to find out more about Dylan's life, where can they go to?
You can go to DylanLepore.com, DylanLepore.com.
Yes, all righty. Well, Dylan, we thank you for stopping by, and we wish the best success to you the rest of the semester and finding somebody to take your spot next year, which it's going to be bittersweet to say goodbye to you, but you've put a lot of hard work and effort into this organization. So
it would be time to go.
Yes, unfortunately, but best wishes ahead of yourself and many things to come.